Hi, here's how you can actually use Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall system to learn some GCSE English literature, and namely the characters from Macbeth. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, those of you who follow my channel and my playlist on Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall system will know that we learn information by putting some bizarre images to words, and then it stores in the long-term memory, meaning that we've only got to recall a place or a journey or something where we've planted some images to remember information at your fingertips. So the main characters in Shakespeare are, let me just get my list here. I've just written it very quickly in the car because I'm actually doing today's studying from the car, so it shows you can actually learn this information anywhere at all. All right, so the main characters are Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. The secondary characters are Banquo, Mcduff and the witches. And then the minor characters are Duncan, Malcolm, Donald Brain, Fleance, Lady Mcduff, the porter, and I don't know if it's Hecate or Hecate, forgive me, I can't remember, it's a long time since I did Macbeth. But anyway, spelled H-E-C-A-T-E, okay, because your child only have to write it down anyway. Okay, so this is how we're going to actually plant seeds for this information, so it's at our fingertips, or at your children's fingertips, okay? So let's turn my camera around. See, that's the passenger seat of my car, and I don't know if you can see there. Oh, goodness me, it's not showing us. Anyway, I've got a McDonald's cup on the seat, okay? So how I'm going to remember, we're going to put all the main characters on this passenger seat of this car, okay? So all you need to do is visualise the passenger seat. And the McDonald's cup is just to remind us of the link of Mac, okay? Now we're going to try and plant Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have, I'm thinking of Lady C. I don't know those of you who watch I'm a Celeb. Lady C, she's a bit of a scream. So I'm going to put Lady C there. But if you can think of any other ladies, pop another lady there. But I'm going to have Lady C sat there. And she's going to be drinking her McDonald's, and that's going to remind me that it's Macbeth, okay? So we got Lady C, Lady Macbeth, and we got Macbeth, okay? Now serenading her down here in the bottom of the car is going to be somebody playing a banjo. And that's how we're going to remember Banquo, banjo, Banquo. Then we're going to have somebody who's wearing a very poorly made Macintosh, okay? And Lady C is going to be going this and so there's a Duff Mac because it's not a very good quality, because you know she is a bit of a snob. So just say, oh, that's a very Duff Mac that you have on there. So that's how we're going to remember Macduff. And then we're just going to have three witches then cackling and making fun of Lady C here. So let's just recap now then. So we've got Lady C, so that's Lady Macbeth with Macbeth, okay, because she's drinking McDonald's. And suddenly just banjo, Banquo. Then you've got Mac, one of the Duff Mac, so Macduff. And then you've got the three witches heckling, all right? So that's the main characters and the secondary characters covered. Then we're going to go to my side of the car then by the steering wheel, etc. And guess who sat in the driving seat? It's going to be Duncan Ballantyne from, used to be Dragon's Den. I don't know what he's on now, but he's a famous entrepreneur. So Duncan Ballantyne, and he's sort of Scottish as well, so it goes with the Scottish theme. And then Malcolm, that's a bit of a tricky one. I've looked for famous Malcolms, but sadly there's not many sort of memorable Malcolms around. So what we're going to do, if you struggle with that, try and think of some of the rhymes with the word you want to remember. So I'm going to go talcum powder. So talcum, Malcolm. So Duncan is going to be passing some talcum, Malcolm, over to, guess how we're going to remember Donald Bain? We're going to think of Donald Trump who's vain. So he's going to be Donald Bain. Okay, so Duncan is passing over some talcum, which is Malcolm, to Donald Trump, who's vain, Donald Bain. And guess what he's itching, Donald Trump is, do you know why? Because he's got fleas. So that's going to link us then to the fleance. So that could be why he's putting the talcum powder, could be flea talcum powder, couldn't it? So fleance. I say forgive me if my pronunciation isn't all right, but the principle is we just need to learn how to write this down, okay? Now then, we've got to memorise Lady Macduff now. So how are we going to remember Lady Macduff and the porter? Is that Lady Gaga now is going to open the door. So she's going to be Lady Macduff, and she's eating a McDonald's Big Mac, okay? So that's how we're going to remember the Mac bit. So Lady Gaga opens the door, and she's got a porter with her, and the porter then is going to escort her to sit, I don't know, say on Donald Trump's lap or just come into the car, right? So the porter's actually bringing her then. And then there's Hecate, Hecate, I don't know how to say it, sorry. You could just have Duncan, just saying, oh, heck, or something like that. Or you could remember as he ate, couldn't you? It could be that Donald Trump takes off her, that might be a better one actually. Donald Trump pinches her Big Mac and he ate it. And remember, you just got to put the C in the middle of it, Kate. All right, so just remembering that, let's just see, because I say I've only just done this literally from my car. So let's turn my notepad over, and I'm going to keep looking at the camera. Let's just see how many we can remember, okay? Lady Macbeth and Macbeth, because you've got Lady C and McDonald's, Lady Macbeth. Banco on the banjo. Then you've got a Duff Mac, because it's a rubbish Mac. And Mcduff, sorry, is going to be the way you're going to say it for Shakespeare. And then beside there's 3 witches heckling at her. And then you've got Duncan Ballantyne, yes, so that's Duncan. He's passing over talcum powder, Malcolm. And it's to Donald Bain, because it's Donald Trump, Bruce Bain, Donald Bain. And then can you remember who's opening the door? It's going to be Lady Gaga, but in this case, she's eating a burger, so it's going to be Lady Mcduff, isn't it? Lady Mcduff. I can make Mcduff and Macbeth. Lady Mcduff, and the porter is actually going to put it into there, and then he ate it, so he cat or he sate or however you say it. And that's how we have learned all of the characters for the Macbeth Shakespeare play. Now you can take this a step further then, because obviously your children, once they know the characters, then they're going to need to know a bit about the characters. So what you do then is use exactly the same scenario, keep your characters exactly where they are with the same names and the same images, okay? And then you just add on to them then. So for example, I've just looked up very quickly a brief synopsis of Macbeth. He was a brave warrior. So you could have a Macbeth, well, it's the cup, isn't it? It could turn into, say, Macbeth with muscles trying to impress Lady C, or in this case, is going to be Lady Macbeth. All right, so the cup could suddenly turn into a man with muscles, and, you know, you could have Lady C looking really surprised. So he's a brave warrior. And he felt victim to the witches' predictions, because they don't know whether they just put him in his head, but either way, that's what sort of wrecked his life. So you could have the witches then posting some post into his head. Okay, you could have like a letterbox, and that could be where they're putting thoughts into his head, okay, because it was their predictions that started to mess things up. Then there's a lot of soliloquies in there where he's talking to himself. So to remember that, just as this is being posted into his head, have him suddenly bursting out into song, serenading Lady C, or in this case, Lady Macbeth, okay? So you can have a sort of post, as you know, he was a brave warrior, because the cup has changed into brave warrior. Then the witches are posting predictions into his head, and that's making him sing and do soliloquies to Lady Macbeth. Another thing about him, obviously, is associated with murder. So again, you could have him pretending to murder somebody, whatever the character you want to, and then he falls into a spiral of evil. So you could even have him going, that the witches could do something to him, or Lady C or Lady Macbeth in this case, and he could go into like a swirl and then go out to the car. All right, that's just a very quick demonstration of how you can then add on to all these facts, okay? And you can do that with the plots, the themes and everything within the play. All right, so that's basically, and then all you do then is just build up a story around each character to make you remember not just the character, but then brief things about their characters as well on top of, and then you just keep building up, and then you can just put themes into the car then, and that's how you can learn facts. In this case, we've done English literature today, sitting in your car. All right, so you can do this from anywhere. I've chosen the car today because I'm working from my car, and that's how you can use Dr. Chan's GCSE Total Recall system in this scenario to learn Shakespeare's Macbeth for English literature. Hope you've enjoyed. As ever, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future videos that I make, and also don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified of any future videos that I make. There are other videos on Dr. Chan in my playlist. Just press the playlist and all Dr. Chan's are filed together. And finally, I'll pop a link into the comments section of where you can purchase the book. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If it involves several memory techniques, not just the one I've discussed today. Just for clarity though, there is a chance I could get paid a commission if you press on my link, but rest assured it won't cost you any more at all. It'll cost you exactly the same price. It's just the product owner will pay me direct for any eligible commissions. Alright, as ever, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and to like my videos if you found this of value. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.